Hi everyone, welcome back to the Elite Transformations podcast. Today we are talking about motivation versus discipline.
Something like that.
Discipline. Before we get started, peak of the week.
Peak of the week has been the new gym, 192 Fitness opening.
Nice.
That's kicked off, so it had a flying start. What's amazing is everyone who's coming into the gym was a previous member of the old gym, but everyone is so excited to be there, which is a completely unusual, new feeling, sense, but everyone is just thrilled. So that's super lovely.
I think sometimes there's a sentence about like you don't know what you've got till it's gone, and I think that that sounds like that's the experience that the gym members have had. Is like actually we've had to, we just got the immense gratitude that the space is back, which is really nice, and it looks amazing. So well done, you guys. It's incredible.
And what's your peak of the week?
My peak of the week is I really enjoyed the snow.
Oh yeah, magical.
It was really magical. Whatever day was on Tuesday, we woke up and it was like we're in a snow globe, and it was really snowy, and that just, again, I know that it's the feelings of inconvenience and all the other things, and it's cold, but I just really enjoyed that moment of being like, oh, it's exciting. We're in a snow globe. So I love that.
Everything's just pretty.
It's very pretty, and it's just a nice experience. It doesn't happen that often, so I really enjoyed that. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, leading into that, so, I mean, currently, motivation low, it's freezing, we're cold all the time. We were talking about being cold, weren't we?
It's dark a lot.
Everything becomes a little bit more of a struggle at this time of the year, I feel. I think you've got the gearing up to the kind of the party season, you've got the struggle of trying to stay motivated when it's pitch black. Some people are going to the office when it's dark and then coming home when it's dark and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, it's just, there's a lot going on. I think our lives are quite full, and I think it's a really difficult time. This is why I don't love New Year's resolutions. We'll talk about that in another podcast. But like why trying to start a new habit now is not helpful for us. So that's when we're talking about, today we're talking about discipline versus motivation. And the significance of when discipline swoops in. So it's like the superhero, isn't it? Kind of in terms of when we're talking about, it comes and saves the day. Because we need that versus the motivation of when you've got, and again, if you've got lots of clothes on and you're kind of like, well, I feel like my body's good, and it doesn't necessarily look good if I'm training for like visual stuff. It's just understanding that like what's going to kind of dial up in that moment is the discipline of going, rather than the motivation of like I'm G'd on because I'm excited for the summer, or I've got X, Y, and Z, or I've got different goals that I'm trying to work on, or I'm doing a weight management course ready for the summer. Like, we're not working with that. We're definitely working with kind of how do we stick to the grind, the unglamorous grind? How do we stick to the unglamorous grind, keep it going?
I think when it's challenging,
not making it too boring, and it's a bit like eating. You know, it's sticking to that, so it doesn't feel boring. Like eating chicken feels boring every single day. Plain chicken
and rice.
Chicken, not fun.
So yeah, these things, like, we don't have as much to look forward to because summer's so far away, and we have these extra additional challenges of it's cold, it's dark, I don't want to go outside. Different foods become more appealing. So now we're faced with all these different challenges, which
pie season.
Life hard, which is really when the discipline becomes a superhero.
Yeah, which is cool. So that's what we're talking about.
The struggle is real.
The struggle is real. And that's what it's understanding about, you know, I talk about negotiating with your inner terrorist in terms of from a psychology point of view. It's that whole point about understanding, like, the discipline is around, you know, making sure you might not want to brush your teeth. I've gone back to teeth again. I always use teeth as an analogy.
You need to get sponsored by some sort of like dentist or toothpick company.
Yeah. You might not want to brush your teeth. The discipline of, but you know you don't want to get tooth decay. Can't be asked to get off of the sofa, going to bed, don't really want to brush your teeth, but your discipline says, no, I need to go and brush my teeth because I don't want teeth decay. And that's the discipline that teaches you to kind of go into that. Because, tooth decay is worse than,
than flossing.
Than getting up off the sofa. We should all floss first. I've actually checked that with my dentist, and he said that's fine. Flossing in general is really important than not flossing. So just so you guys know.
You can check that on a previous episode.
Previous episodes, again, where I'm talking about teeth. So it's looking at discipline versus motivation. I talk about negotiating with that inner terrorist in those moments of like, it's like the id version of, I don't want to do it. It's that younger version of ourselves, the bit that wants that, like, again, immediate gratification or pushes against something. And then we have to sort of calmly go, actually, what's the long term and the kind of the older version of us going to thank us for? What's the future you going to thank you for? That's often how how that discipline swoops in. It's like, is my future me going to thank me for doing this workout today? Yes. Is the now me going to? No. It's not going to thank me for doing this. And I'm cold and it's freezing and it's dark. And I, would rather
sit on the sofa in a cuddly, cozy blanket with the candles on and wrap up,
not do anything.
And warm.
So that's again a long-winded analogy of discipline versus motivation and why we need to, and why and again in that little bit of negotiation, it's around really gently. I always talk about this, about finding the joy in things, in the small things. So I'm going to quote Mary Poppins because I feel like that's helpful, because it's, I don't know, it really resonates with me. But basically,
this is great.
Okay,
yeah, this is great.
I've always used this, and again, I've used it with clients. For every task that must be done, there is an element of fun. You find the fun and snap, the job's a game. And every task you undertake becomes a piece of cake. It's a spoonful of sugar helps medicine go down. It's that vibe. Obviously, it's from Mary Poppins. I'm quoting that. I might get
might get Disney on your case.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Disney. I don't know what it's called. Shadowed band. It's Mary Poppins. I'm quoting the quotes. But it's that same point about finding the joy in that situation. So when she's talking about for every task that must be done, there's an element of fun. What can we find in this situation at the moment that is, it feels heavy? If you look at the kind of, again, when we've spoken about this before, if it's the carrot or the stick, like, where is that element of fun? And sometimes we really have to search for that element of fun. What is that? What does that look like? How does it feel? And all of that kind of stuff. It might be that it is around, wrapping up in your favorite outfit. Sometimes, again, like, I always find it quite fun. I'm not a massive shopper of clothes, but if I put my winter clothes away and then swap them for my summer clothes, I'm like, ooh, again, it's like all new stuff that comes out. So I like really enjoy putting on like my boots on.
Coat, your big thick, these giant enormous socks, the fluffy socks too.
And so it's finding the joy in the things that again are everyday, but are going to compel us a tiny bit to move towards that goal of that, again, what's our future you going to thank us for?
And there's always something. There's always something to find joy in.
You just have to search sometimes really hard.
Sometimes harder than others, but there's always something to look forward to.
So
to appreciate.
Absolutely. So it's just really searching for that in whatever that situation is, and again, making yourself a nice coffee, or going to a coffee place and having a nice experience, getting a nice warm cup of something, taking it from home. I mean, we are.
It's a nice thing. Nice long walk the weekend. Cool. Get your steps in. Get outside. Vitamin D. Amazing. Wrap up. Nice coat, and a hot chocolate or something at the end of it. I mean, go see a nicer view, which is different in the winter time. Like, it's a little bit frosty, a little bit kind of dewy, a little bit more. Well, it's just different. You love the autumn colours.
I love the autumn colours.
So when you're driving through and the lanes and amazing. But there's something in there.
Yeah, or change again. Another thing that I would suggest or like potentially look at is like changing where you walk. So for me, like I regularly am an Ivanhoe Beacon walker, but today it was so muddy and I was slip sliding around. I was like, I need to walk somewhere on concrete. So again, make it easier for you. So don't necessarily just drop out and say, right, I'm not walking because it's slippy or slidey or whatever. It's kind of like, how do I then find somewhere that is an experience that becomes like, okay, this isn't like trudging through actual mud. So again, there's lots of walkways that have concrete, or you can walk round various places locally.
Windsor Great Park.
Windsor Great Park is that's quite far.
Windsor Great Park, you can go for, miles and miles and miles on a lovely scenery, but have this
lovely
solid
path.
tarmacked path.
Yeah, which again you can find the joy in it, and it also might be helpful because it keeps your knee up, so that it's that kind of thing. And again, I'm sure there's loads of places that are a bit closer. If anyone knows anywhere closer than that isn't Windsor Great Park, please, that has concrete, please
let us know.
Please let us know so we can pass that on to everyone else. So yeah. It's just, again, gently looking at those things, and let's not forget around how do we keep our knee up in this season? That's what's super important, isn't it? So what's your secret weapon in this season? So we've talked about how we keep our walking up, maybe change the venue a little bit, change what we're looking at scenery wise, maybe go for hot chocolate.
Yeah. Another. It's not. You're not being outside, but again, meeting yourself into this kind of realistic negotiation, sort of halfway point. And actually, they might overcome some of the challenges. Going to the gym, walking on the treadmill. It might not be the most exciting thing in the world in comparison to like a lovely summer's evening walk, but if the options are in front of you, you think, okay, right, freezing cold, dark, it's not very exciting. Can you go on the treadmill? Pop your phone up there. Use that time. I mean, 2 birds, 1 stone. Watch an episode of something. Catch up with something. Get fit. Solve some crime.
Yeah. What?
What
more do you want?
Yeah, on the TV. Or I mean, is there something you can do on the treadmill, on your phone or your iPad or whatever, on the big kind of fancy screens on the treadmill?
Yeah.
Just to keep your knee up.
Yeah.
You don't have to go for a massive workout. It could be after your workout, but just keeping moving a little bit.
Yeah.
So that would be a really, really useful tip. You can also get treadmills at home.
Yeah, you can.
We've recommended that to clients before, to have a stand-up treadmill at home.
Yep.
Something to keep your knee up.
Yeah, that's good. I'm a big fan of a kitchen disco.
Yes.
Again, like some people might want to, some people might not, but like no one can see you. And again, moving, keeping your knee up, like dancing around, having a little sing-song whilst you're loading or unloading the dishwasher or washing up, like whatever you do. Again, that's a nice way to, again, just expend those calories if you need to, and also have a good old sing to your favourite songs, which can be anything.
Rock out with a wooden spoon.
Rock out with a wooden spoon. You can be Michael Bublé currently. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, he is defrosting right now.
He is defrosting. It's very exciting. But yeah, so again, it's just around how do we find the joy? How do we keep those things up? How do we keep that, again, dedication to what we're doing and what our future you is going to thank us for, future us is going to thank us for in the now while it feels a little bit sloggy. And so it's like, right, what can we find that's fun to do? Kitchen disco, great. Maybe change your scene. Can you get something nice out that you've worn before?
Finding the joy in the very small things.
Finding the joy in the little things. And yeah, I think that's good. I really like your tips as well of being, solve some crime.
Yeah.
In the gym, if you're going to train if you're going to walk in the gym, listen to a podcast, listen to us. I mean, that's a great way of...
you can get through 2 or 3 episodes with us on the treadmill.
Yeah. If you don't want to listen to us, there's many other options. But yeah, or a YouTube vlogger, whatever. So yeah, I think that covers it. So we need our discipline to swoop in. That's our future us. What's our future us going to thank us for? They're going to thank us for going to the gym. We never have a bad workout when we go to the gym, or even if we go outside and get our knee in, we might fall over if it's slippery. But
it's never wasted.
It's never wasted. And movement, we never regret moving. I say that, but I'm like, in case you break an arm. Generally, we never regret movement.
And it's these micro, tiny steps every single day, repeated consistently, which lead to results.
Results overall. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So keep that dedication up. Keep that dedication up when the motivation drops off, especially in this kind of season. So it's good.
Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for watching us.
One more thing before we go, keep your eyes peeled for Elite Transformations online training coming soon. It's the opportunity to work with us in the new year in January, so keep your eyes out.
We can't wait to work with you.